Wanna be a boss? Let's talk business. Let's talk fashion. Let's talk health, fitness, community, lifestyle, and finance with Boss Up Houston, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Hello, everyone. I am your host, Chimere Bacon, and this is Boss Up Houston. We do this every Saturday at 10 a.m., and I have the bosses in the building with me today. I have Miss Amber Neal, the millionaire matchmaker, honey. But she still ain't matched me up. I just want y'all.
But I get matched. Yeah. Because you got extra standards.
She like, he ain't gonna work. No.
Hated it.
I'm like, but Amber, girl, hook me up.
It'll be right on time, I promise.
Okay. I have the beautiful, awesome, amazing Sabrina Golden in the building.
Hello.
I have the wonderful, awesome, sweet CADORI in the building.
Sweetness.
Lovely, beautiful, always fashionable, baby. She came in here with a ray of sun on her today. Miss JAIE in the building. Oh, she switched up the glasses on y'all. She flipping the script already. And I have my beautiful bestie, Miss ROXIE GALVAN in the building. All right, y'all, this is the real bosses of Houston in this place right now today. We're talking about Flip the Script. We're going to take a quick commercial break, pay some bills, and we'll be right back with you.
What are you doing here? Red Table Talk, the Estefans. Time to take the table to a whole new place. It's coming to Miami. 3 different women, 3 different generations. We're loud, we're proud. Let's go.
We're talking about relationships, love, sexuality.
Oh my gosh. We all know that you are fuerte.
Yes, I'm a tough woman, but I'm very vulnerable.
Like muchas Latinas.
In order to move forward, you have to go to those places.
I like boys. I like girls. I like both.
Honesty will set you free.
We are putting all of that on the table.
Red Table Talk, the Estefans.
Be a part of the conversation. Only on Facebook Watch.
Hey, we're back, and this is Boss Up Houston, a talk show. We do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm your host, Chimere Bacon, and I have the bosses in the building with me. Today, we're talking about Flip the Script. Okay? How many times have you had somebody change on you? Baby, within the last couple of weeks.
I don't think I'm healed enough to talk about it yet.
Listen, are you still scarred, honey?
No, they just keep coming.
It's like wound after wound. People change on you every day. Yes. So we're talking about what to do when people change on you. And what happens when change happens, right? How does it affect us? How can we cope with it? And healing. It's important to heal from different things that hurt you, that change your life. Sometimes moments, decisions are life-changing, right? So we're going to hit on the Chauvin case, okay? And I want to make this distinction because I want people to call this the Chauvin case. It's not the George Floyd's case. Yes. George Floyd is the victim, okay? Chauvin is on trial. Thank you. Okay, it is his case, and we want to see justice, right? Yes. All right. So I saw a lot of the clips because they play it every day, which is crazy. I feel like it's OJ all over. I feel like the OJ case all over again because it's on like every day, right? So how do y'all feel about what's going on now? They're really trying to justify the actions of the policemen. How do y'all feel?
It's really interesting because I watched yesterday the clips of the medical examiner and the medical examiner that trained the medical examiner, right? And the medical examiner left out the part about the asphyxiation, or how you say that, whatever. They left out the part about where basically it was the pressure. Yes, he had heart issues, and so his heart was less able to sustain the force of the pressure. But at the end of the day, the supervisor that trained the original MA or whatever you call it, they basically said is definitely 100% had nothing to do with meth, fentanyl, none of that.
Right.
It was literally 100% because you had your knee or
Oh,
your
9
leg.
minutes. For 9 minutes. And not only that, the police officer, so they had the police officer on the stand, and they asked him, is this a method that you're supposed to use for force?
Right.
And he said no.
Exactly.
So that is not even a trained method that they have. How do you feel, Sabrina, about the whole situation?
I'm really sad about it. He knew that was wrong, but he stood there. He stayed on him like it was nothing the whole time, just like, oh yeah, the sky is blue today. Oh yeah. So I'm just like, that's heartless. But I think him admitting this is wrong. He shouldn't have done it. People make mistakes, yes, but he should pay for it.
Right. And I feel like it was no remorse.
Yeah.
I think that if he had more remorse, we would feel not better, but at least a little compassion for him. But because it's absolutely no accountability, no remorse.
Because he's never had to have any.
Right.
It's just an attitude.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Cadori?
I feel like just anything in life, period, but definitely this to the extreme is that people have to put themselves in a position, flip it up. We're talking about flipping the script.
Yeah.
What if that was you? What if that was your brother? What if that was your dad? What if that was your friend or your mama that happened to? I guarantee you would have a whole different answer. And it wouldn't have anything to do with nothing but just this is wrong. Yeah. Period. It's inhumane. You were not thinking about what if this was me.
Right.
So that part just makes me angry. And anybody that try to defend that, it makes me mad.
Exactly.
Because it's what is it to defend?
Right.
Like,
and
seriously.
that's what I was just going to get to that, because I'm just livid at the fact that they're trying to defend it. I mean, I understand it's a case and the defense has to make a case, but I don't even think this should have went to trial, to be honest.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Everything
really
is a trial, so
I
understand
know,
the blue
I'm just saying.
curtain. They have to kind of stick up for your people, but what's wrong is wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
What's wrong is wrong. What's right is right. Jay?
Well, I mean, in my opinion, the video was enough. I honestly don't think that I realize that there's a need for due process and you have to go through the system and all that. But I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The whole world saw what happened and the facts are the facts and that's it. Like, I don't understand how you can say something other than this man purposefully killed this innocent man.
Yeah.
Period.
You know what this reminds me of? And it's kind of ironic with DMX passing away. I just will never forget. I know that a lot of times when they want to destroy you, your credentials, if you say too much, you reveal too much truth, you put too much out there, but they got to destroy your credibility before they destroy you, so that way when something does happen to you, you don't feel so bad.
That's true.
So what they're doing right with him, talking about, what about this drug, what about this, and what about this? That has nothing to do. It's just like when DMX was arrested, why was TMZ already in the jail cell? Who does that?
Right.
Because so that way the camera's in there, you're seeing him be arrested, so you don't feel so bad if he just so when I saw him die, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And that's the thing, the narrative is always, here we go, the change, right? Flipping the script. They're trying to make us think one way so that we can not focus on what's really going on, what's really happening. And I tell people all the time, stop living in an alternative world. When something happens or a circumstance happens, what is really the situation? Stop making up in your brain or assuming that something is happening when you're there and the facts are there and the real things are happening. Facts. #facts. Okay.
Exactly.
It's the defense's job to put those things in our, bring those images out and put those things and distract us.
Mm-hmm.
It's our job to take what we've been given and decipher it and like really find out what in the world
Right?
It's really going on, okay? Right. Fake news, you guys, fake news. Today we're talking about flipping the script. We were talking about the Chauvin case, but we're going to flip the script and get on Deshaun Watson. Listen, this used to be my man. He was my main man. I don't know how to feel about this. Yes, I was like, when he used to run. Girl, I used to be running with him down on the field. Yes. Oh, man. I really don't know how to feel. I do feel like this is, I don't want to say it, but I got to. I feel like it's a setup.
I'm with you.
It reminds me of, this reminds me of when, did you see the Lisa Leslie interview that Gayle King did with Lisa Leslie after Kobe had passed away? But they kept referring to the, instead of saying the accusers, because he was found not guilty, they kept saying the victim. So I look at the words, the subliminal messaging, I look at the words that's going on. So when I see all this going on, it reminds me of the message. It's really just, it's a hidden message, because we all know pro athletes are a target. It was a bunch of people needed a massage because of the pandemic. Come
on, massage.
We had some consensual massages. Okay. And listen, we're all about believing the women.
Right.
But we also know a gold digging opportunist when we see one as well.
Right.
So
Well,
let's not
and my problem was, okay, no other women had this. It was just the massage people.
Right.
Like, really? Come on now.
Yeah.
You know how many women he has access to? It's just the
Yeah.
massage? No, y'all playing them games.
They all probably work for the same LLC.
Yeah. and the lawyer, he getting paid, all of that. So, yeah, I was a little upset on that flip the script moment. Who wants to chime in on it?
When you're in that position, you really have to be mindful, because nowadays you're going to be set up.
Right.
There's too many cameras, too
Exactly.
many phones.
Yeah.
You just have to watch
and somebody, what's his name? Okay, we're not going to say his name because we don't want to get legalities. But he got fired from ESPN for filming his party.
Oh, yeah, girl.
He was at a party.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Why does that, how do y'all feel about that? How does that tie in? Because that's really flipping the script. Now, listen, I'm at home on my leisure.
Right.
Yes.
Your time.
My time, boo. Okay, I'm not on the clock, honey.
But anytime you go into any major network, you always sign a code of conduct.
You're representing them.
You're signing a code of conduct. There's no way that he could say he didn't know that.
Yeah.
Period. At
And
point
he
blank.
was filming himself. It wasn't like nobody else.
And girl, it ain't like he didn't work for a Disney-based company.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, I agree with you. It is your personal time. We just talked about this on Fox. That it is his time, but at the same time, you are a role model,
Right?
And no matter what you're doing, at the same time, you still have kids looking up to you. So
Exactly.
go tweak on your own time. Go twerk on your own time. Go do all
Right.
that
Off
on your own
camera.
time. Off camera.
I
It'd be
still feel
different.
like it was harsh. I still feel like it was harsh.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he should have got fired.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like something else should have taken place. If this was his second or third time, I feel like they could have did
Yes.
that. But the hypocrites who are doing this are the people that introduced them to that.
Right.
All of these pro sports, the athletes, when they come in, they're put in a room. When they sign their stuff, they have all types of drugs on the table for them. They have all kinds of women lined up on the hall. And this is what the league does. Okay? So the people that are sitting there saying, oh, you're fired, you did this, they're doing it every day.
Yeah.
It's just not filmed.
It's not,
So I don't
or
even know how
not
they can bring out
documented.
their mouth. This is what y'all promote. Y'all promote this. So
It's because it was a selfie
It's
was the
crazy.
problem.
Yeah, that's what I said. He was doing it himself.
Yeah, that was the problem they had. I think the punishment was too hard, but I'm just saying it's at the same time you got to be aware.
Right.
Your company, if you sign a code of conduct, don't be surprised if they enforce it.
That's right. And my mom, when we were talking about Deshaun Watson, my mom was like, these athletes, they know that people target them, like you just said, Sabrina. So, you just have to be conscious of your surroundings and aware of who you have around you. And then you always need those friends that protect you in that situation, that will say, hey, man, maybe, you don't need to do this. Or,
No, they was getting a massage too.
I got you. Come get this.
mean, it's important to read your disclosures and documents and disclaimers and all
Right.
that. Read your documents before you sign.
But you know, when you're excited, you getting all this
Happy
money,
ending.
you know, you're going to be like,
But
oh,
you
fine,
gotta
here,
read.
yes. You know, so you're not really thinking about it.
Right.
This is a lesson to all celebrities. It's called a non-disclosure agreement.
Exactly.
Read it.
Okay, if you want to date me, you got to sign one. Okay.
Oh.
And read the fine print, honey. I said this. Look, I'm gonna be doing the That's My Best Friend Tuesday. It's called Under These Conditions. Okay? And it's read the fine print, honey. Read that fine print. All right. So, anybody have some special change or any flip the script moments that have happened in your job, relationship, or friendship? any flip the script
Oh,
moments?
there's lots of relationships.
Wait a minute, what was that laugh? What was that laugh, Cadori?
I just gotta say this. Like, even though we're not the celebrities, we technically are in the city, so
Yes.
we still have to be very careful.
Celebrities in the city, honey.
Yeah, even in our circles, because people get in your circles. You know, recently it was somebody in a circle with me that I didn't even know and still don't know, but they, you know, did some underhanded things, and it just made me have to, you know, reach out and get legal advice and stuff, because it's like, okay, I don't even know this person, but because they're in a circle with you, they can affect you.
That's
Some
right.
kind of way
That's
your
right.
business. So we have to continue to be mindful every day of who we let around us and why are they around us. You
Right.
know, what's the reason?
Cease and desist, honey.
I know.
Cease and desist.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's-
Period, Pooh.
I think one of the hardest lessons people are not prepared for when you really start making moves and really really growing, you really, the hurt comes from the people closest to you sometimes, because you're like, not you. I expected them to hate, but not you.
Oh my
not
God.
you.
Those be the ones. It's like,
dude.
And those be the ones that take the most advantage of you, too.
right.
It's like
because
the
they're
people
in
closest.
close proximity. Baby, get out of my vicinity.
But it
Get
is
out.
the flip in the script. It's like people want to get next to you because they see you making moves. But then when they see the energy and the discipline, the work ethic, and the boss energy, we ain't got time for that. And then all of a sudden you're the B, and then they're the victim.
I have to agree. And then I say this too. A lot of times people want to help genuinely. They come on at first and they want to help. They want to be a part. They want to do this. But they can't handle
your shine.
They can't handle it.
They literally get jealous.
And I don't know if that's all their fault, you know, but we should not apologize or dim our lights for anybody. For anybody. Baby, I'm going to shine. I told people on my Facebook page, you tired of seeing me? Get tired of it. So, all right.
Get your sleepy self on.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears. We're going to shift over to Business 101. I'm your girl, Miss Chimere Bacon, Miss Bacon Baby, and we do Business 101 on Boss Up Houston every Saturday. I want to talk a little bit about small businesses and small business entities and how this is going to flip your script in your business, okay? We don't want you to underestimate your company's value, okay? Don't underestimate your company's value. Because even though you have a small company, you are still accessible to hackers. You're still accessible to fraud. You're still accessible to all of these things that big companies are accessible. And guess what? It hurts you more if it happens. Exactly. So protect yourself in those ways. Make sure you are getting that spy wire on all of your files. Back up everything. Number 2 is back up everything. You want to have a separate hard drive. You want to have it on paper. You want to have it backed up really, really well. Perform tabletop exercises. And what a tabletop exercise is that you sit at the table and you evaluate your situation every 3 to 6 months. And people that need to be removed, remove them. People that need to be added, add them. Perform tabletop exercises. That is imperative. And then make sure that you have a budget for your cyber budget. Right now, we're moving and shifting. We're flipping the script, right? Everything is going digital. everything. So even if you have paper and you are used to doing it that way, it is imperative to switch over to digital. Have a digital file. It is easier to transfer files. It's easier to get information to other people digitally. So that's my business 101.
Good stuff.
Yes. Shifting in your business. So we're gonna take a quick break, but we're going to Nanny Roxie. She's gonna tell us about choking hazards with the children, and we'll be right back.
Hi, and welcome to Heart with Nanny Roxie. I'm Roxie. This is Levi. Levi, say hi. Hi. And Jeremiah is back in the background. He's probably going to help us today. Today, we're going to talk about choking hazards and what happens when a baby chokes. Okay, first of all, I want you to be prepared. Always have your phone on you, in a pocket, tucked away in your shirt, tucked away in your pocket, wherever you can get it, okay? You want to always know the address that you are working at. So if it's a house that you come to every single day, memorize that address, okay? In case of an emergency. If you're a babysitter and you're at different houses all the time, get you a sticky note, okay? And put that sticky note on your phone so that you have that address in case of an emergency, all right? All the foods that you want to give your babies, goldfish, crackers, fruit, vegetables, whatever it is, cut it up really, really small. Never leave a child unattended when they're eating, okay? Keep your eyes on them at all times. You don't put a child down to eat and then go off to the restroom. That's a no-no, okay? If that child is eating, you need to be very attentive, you need to be on your feet, and you need to be watching, okay? If you're not on your feet, you can be sitting down, but you need to be eyes on that child at all times. Never leave a baby who is eating unattended, please, and thank you. Okay, so if a baby is choking, Levi's gonna help me with this, okay? Levi, let's pretend like you're choking.
Like the same thing?
Yes, show me how you're choking. Oh, your baby is choking. The kid's choking, okay? You wanna be down, closest to the floor, okay? Head down, all right? You're gonna hit him on his back, like you mean it, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's pretend like he's still choking. Levi, you're still choking. You still have something in your mouth. Okay, flip him over. Other side, okay. You are gonna put your 2 fingers on his chest, below his nipple line, and push 5 times, like you mean it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you're gonna repeat this, okay? You're gonna repeat this as many times as you need to. Thank you. You're gonna repeat that process as many times as you need to until you either get that object out of his throat or he goes limp. The child goes limp, he turns purple, blue. Now it's time to call 911, okay? You get that baby flat on the floor, okay? He is flat down on the floor in front of you. You take out your phone, you put it on speaker, you call 911. You tell the 911 operator where you are and get ready for CPR. Hopefully you've already taken a CPR class, so you are familiar with what you are about to perform. The 911 operator is going to walk you through it, okay? You can do this. It is okay, all right? Help is on the way. Stay calm and just believe. Don't panic. That's right, Levi. Don't panic. You can do it, all right? I hope that you never have to use any of these tips and tricks on a child, but you have this information in your back pocket if you need it, all right? Thank you so much for joining us today on Heart to Heart with Nanny Roxie, and we will see you next Saturday. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye. Bye.
Bye, neighbor.
Bye, neighbors. Y'all have a great week.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed Heart to Heart with Nanny Roxie.
Yeah,
Roxie. Tell us, what have you experienced with change in children?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so children are resilient. So you change up something, you think that, oh my gosh, this is going to mold them. You know what? It really does give them a foundation for the future. So they need to start getting ready now. Go ahead and let them get that change. Go ahead and let it happen. Watch them stand back. You know, if they need a little assistance, give it to them.
Right.
But for the most part, children, they change better than adults do.
I think they do. They have an easier adapting thing. Just like they don't see color. Their friend is their friend. Who they love is who they love.
Because they ain't got to pay rent nowhere.
Okay. And if they, children have those already a discerning heart. Like they know if, people have good energy. They love on people already.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. But yeah, so awesome segment. Thank you, Roxie. Thank you guys for tuning in. So we want to do a few shout outs. Thank you guys for keeping and staying locked with us on Saturday mornings. This is Boss Up Houston. I want to shout out to Miss Joanne. Miss Joanne Tillman. Miss Victoria Nicole Hooks. Hey, V girl. Thank you for tuning in. Miss Nikki Jones. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's more people on here. I see about 20 or 30 on here going in and out, but I can't really see who's on here. Y'all know how Facebook do. Look, we're going to need Facebook to boss on up, okay? Show us who's watching. But thank you guys for tuning in if you're watching. We're going to take another quick segment break and go to Golden Opportunities with Sabrina. She's going to be doing a few review on True Lux. Girl, they got that good food. Yes, they do. Yes. We'll be right back with y'all in just a few minutes.
In the Woodlands, and right now we're working on our appetizer. We have calamari, and then we have crab cakes. Let me tell you something, this is phenomenal. You guys have to come, splurge a little, celebrate, and come eat some of this. Son approves. It's like an Asian style calamari. They have like a sweet and spicy like sauce that you could dip it into, or you can have this sauce here, which is really good. But the sweet and spicy is way better. It's so good. I have got the miso sea bass with some cream spinach. My son, he got the asparagus and the Linus potatoes with a ribeye. Let's see how it is. I love how sea bass is just so soft and flaky. This is delicious. And this is crab fried rice. See, that's why I'm a plus size model right here. Because I love to eat. And the cream spinach.
Coffee ice cream, chocolate cake, Oreo cookie crumbs wrapped in this delicious almond meringue.
So the heat just heats it up in the pan. Okay. Oh wow. Yummy. Yes.
right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to give a shout out. Hey, Sam. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in with us. Everybody was like, yes, Sam McFord is on. So thank you guys for tuning in. And we had another great episode of Golden Opportunities. That food looked good. We're
hungry.
So good.
We're over here talking about where we going to eat.
Tell me next time.
Yes. So next brunch when we meet up, we'll let you guys know. Maybe y'all can meet up with us and
Next
we can
brunch
do some.
is May 1st.
Oh, okay, yes. I'm sorry. We're having the Mother's Day brunch, so
Yes.
Definitely get your tickets. That information is out. We are having a Hidden Deeds Revealed. We're honoring women that have, or mothers that have done great things in the community, first responders, healthcare providers, philanthropists, media, and mothers in general. Right. Yes, honor giving people their flowers while they're living. Yes. So we're talking about change. We're talking about flip the script. We're talking about change for the better. So I want to know, Cadori, do you have any self-love tips on how do you change for the better?
Yeah, I got a lot of tips. Number one, go to the dentist.
Go, Rick.
That's just a huge joke. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Inside. If your teeth look like a picket fence after a hurricane,
You know what?
you might not be on self-love.
Hidden joke, y'all. I'm sorry.
Self-love.
She gets me started. I can't help it.
Self-love.
Together we are crazy. Anyway,
I think I'm y'all balanced.
When you're there, you don't go too far.
They don't like us in the same room often.
Oh my God.
I would say a self-love.
I can't with you, Cadori.
Tip would be to start putting yourself on the list, because what I always say is I notice we women, we keep coming up short. Whether you're moms or married or whatever, even if you just really dedicated to your job, we do for everybody else, but we don't do for ourselves. So I always give the tip that, during the course of the week, put yourself down and do something for yourself, whether it's meditating or yoga or walking or a spa, a massage. So just start doing those type of things. Also, if I had to pick another one, I would say increase your water intake. That's always good for your skin and for your body's balance, preferably a high pH water. Do that, and then just lessen the sodas and things like that.
Yes. Awesome. I love that. Put yourself on the list, honey. Put yourself on the list.
Hydrate.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do get my massages every week, but I have slowed down since I've been really busy. But I do try to get a massage every week.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that helps. That works. That calms you. It puts you in a very calm place.
That's some me
The
time.
pH reminds me of some of these women's bathrooms. Take a bath.
Yeah.
You know what?
We're done with you.
Listen,
I'm not be up when I'm supposed to be asleep.
That's all.
Okay?
I'm going to get some of those sound effects that you be doing. Like, dun, dun, dun.
It's true.
It's
A
disgusting.
daily bath doesn't hurt anything.
Come on, daily, honey,
You need
daily.
to know how many people don't bathe daily. For
I
real.
know it. I don't understand.
It's not that expensive.
Oh, please, please bathe daily. Jay, any change for the better tips? Anything that you could tell people to adapt to for makeup or anything like that?
So yeah, I think, and I always talk about being beat and the love that we have for it and the importance of taking care of yourself, because what you put in is what comes out. But one of the things that I like to do, and this has nothing to do with makeup, but every single morning I try to do a devotion before I get up. But one thing that I started doing is listening to affirmations like on YouTube and repeating them after, and they suggest doing that for 21 days because, it takes 21 days to form a habit, right? So that's something that has been really helping me. And I've encouraged, ladies around me to do the same thing. And it's just amazing because we have to feel good about ourselves.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside if you're dark on the inside, right?
That's right.
So you got to put some good things in: nourishment, water, veggies, and then what you put in your mind and what you say about yourself has a lot to do with what comes out. So
I love that.
And that's why she's so encouraging. I swear to God. Oh, you doing something?
Yes.
I get a text all the time.
Jay's
I'm
like,
like, oh, she makes me feel so good.
She's like the ultimate hype woman.
Thank you. I just love, and I just love when I see women doing what they're supposed to do and they're shining. And I'm just not a hater.
That's right.
Come on, don't be a hater.
No hate.
No hate zone, honey. Hashtag that, okay? Yes. So, I do want to ask, what hinders change? What hinders change? I think people are stuck in their persona or what they want to be, right? And then they don't want to change. They don't want to accept change. What do you think, Amber, hinders change?
Fear. It's the same thing whether it's racism, a relationship, a job. Everything stems from fear. You're either operating out of an abundance or a lack mentality, and the universe don't know what you want, it don't know what you think about. So if it's all lack, you're going to get more lack. It's abundance, you're going to get more abundance. But at the end of the day, my advice is commit to either way. If you're gonna leave a job or a relationship, commit to it. And don't look back. If you're going to stay in it, quit complaining and commit to it and make it work. Stop complaining. But either way, commit to it and stick to it. Make a decision, and that will help you get out of the resistance mode, which will help you attract what you want to attract and manifest your destiny.
I totally agree. I agree with that, and I think that relates and goes over into relationships as well.
All of it.
Commitment is commitment. And if you don't want to commit, then don't be in the relationship.
It might be scary to leave a steady paycheck to go for entrepreneur dreams, or even to not have a job. We don't recommend that, but we like, pray about it. You just always better have a job lined up. But I'm saying, but you know what? Sometimes you got to jump.
Yes,
and you're gonna do. That's just what it is.
Right.
But you know what to me is scarier than change is regret. That to me is the strongest emotion there is that's why you see old people bitter, walking naked down the freeway with no cares in life because they don't care anymore because they're so bitter, mad at the world because they live in regret. And that to me, regret is scarier than anything else I could imagine.
I agree. We were talking about regrets on one of the last shows about not having regrets. Right. And so it's important to live your life the way you want to live it. If you're not happy, figure out. A lot of times we don't even know what we want. We don't even know what makes us happy because we're so content on complaining about what's not making us happy. So you have to figure out within yourself what makes you happy and do those things or move toward those things. In That's My Best Friend Live, we do that. It's a group for encouragement and upliftment. And in there, every morning, whenever I wake up, the affirmations help, but I created my own because this is what I needed, Exactly. And so it's like, thank you, God. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for starting me on my way. Yes. What I start, I will complete. Today, whatever you have for me, allow me to walk in it, be in it, live on purpose. And that's why it's important for us to have a purpose in life. A lot of times people walking around here without even having a purpose, they wake up and have nothing to do.
Right.
And then you want to get around people that are about something and are about their business or about life and happiness, and then wonder why you don't mesh or click or you're not happy in the situation. So find your purpose, you guys. I say that a lot. Find your purpose. Sabrina, how do you feel about affirmations and adapting to change?
It's very important to have affirmations. I mean, because if you have that bad mentality to where you're always discouraging yourself and other people, you're not getting anywhere with that.
Or a date.
Exactly. So you're always going to think of something bad. You're always going to think of something to hinder yourself from growing. It's very imperative about a mindset. You have to have a positive mindset. And that's what hinders a lot of people is their negativity.
Right.
Like, oh, you can't do that. Or, take the word "can" out your vocabulary. I have the tendency to sometimes say, I can't do that too. But I refix my mind. Like, you have to switch it up.
Right. And I do believe that working change requires maturity. Okay? Because it requires a discipline. I said this before and I say this all the time. Roxie called me Tootie all the time. That was a Tootie, okay? But I'm now Chimere because I have matured and grown and I've learned some things, so I don't react the same. My reactions are not the same. I've learned to take a deep breath if somebody comes talking to me in my face crazy, you know, and I take a moment and take a step back, and before I actually just react, I think about my actions. A lot of times, even in media, when we're talking, because this is live, you guys, and anything we say can be used against us in some shape, form, or fashion. So when we're talking, you hear people pause and think about what they say, because it's important when you're communicating with people on being mature in that.
I'm still working on that one.
Look, I'm a work in progress too. I'm a work in progress too. But literally, I've seen the change in my life. You know, have you guys seen change and maturity in the way you act or react to things?
Oh, my 20-year-old self.
Please don't get stuck.
When that attack came, my 20-year-old self, my
Came
40-year-old
back.
self was fighting.
She came back.
On how to handle it. She was like, "Go whoop her," and I'm like, "We have things to lose, and she don't. Don't be a fool."
That's right, and we have to think about that as adults. I'm actually creating the narrative for my girls, because my girls, they're 16, 17, 21. So they're growing into adulthood, and I don't want them to have to endure or go through some of the things that I had to go through because I had a bad attitude, or I wasn't, you know, taking a lot of stuff or whatever. And now I still don't, but I have a difference in my attitude. I approach things differently. I even think differently. My mentality is different. I don't go into it saying, okay, I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm all in. Get my bail money ready.
I'm not going to ride with you. Let's
okay. We pulling up. Now we will pull up. Don't
really necessary.
North side, we pull up.
Okay, we will pull up. Listen. Now, I said I was a work in progress. Don't get it twisted.
And we'll have heels on while we do it.
Okay, cute. I'm like, yeah, she was running in those heels.
I got
yes,
look
she
good
was.
in that mugshot. Kidding.
Roxie, have you had any adapting, changing moments now? I know you've had a lot of different changes, and now you're, can I say, single mom? And so what really have you changed and adapted to in that?
So, well, especially when you are in a toxic marriage, the way that I was, I had to reteach myself how to act on my, be by myself. And I wasn't living the way that my husband wanted me to live anymore. So I started implementing things into my daily life and in my children. So now I do tell them, okay, we wake up in the morning and say, I can do anything that I put my mind to. And let's breathe. We breathe together. So I think it's important when you change, you have to implement some new things that you want for the future.
Yeah. But I think when people see me, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Chimere, she's changed so much. Because let me tell you, I was a bad actor, honey. I was a bad actor. But it's a lot of things we have to learn how to adapt to. So get that in your system. Try to do those affirmations. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take time to think about your actions before you do them. Shout out to JD. Hey, JD. Hey, Joshua. How you doing? Yes. So we want to close out with talking about changes due to circumstance. How many of us have had circumstantial changes? Circumstance change money, change lifestyle. You can be on top of the world one day and homeless the next, you guys. Some people are one paycheck away from being, out on the street or not having stability. So how do we adapt with circumstantial changes? Jay, you want to hit on that?
Sure. I just feel like circumstances are gonna happen, and so you just have to be willing to, like you just said, take a step back, think it through, maybe write it down, pray about it, and then push forward, because you're only going through it. It's a season. If you recognize it's just a season, seasons change, and you're going through it. You're not there to stay, right? So you do the work, depending on whatever that circumstance is, and that change, that major change. But you can get through anything, and if you have that positive mindset, it matters, then you can get through anything.
What about staying prepared?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
that's a good one.
You know,
That is
storms always come.
Yeah.
But stay prepared.
Baby, because I got my stock of toilet tissue and paper because y'all was tripping.
I stay ready for stuff.
Baby, let me tell you, I look like a whole store in my pantry. Like, girl, you going to the store? Yes.
I got Dollar Tree in the garage.
Stay prepared.
Yes,
for sure.
preparedness is good. Yeah, after that first bout of pandemic, I wasn't having it. Okay,
You got to learn to embrace the Judases in your life too, because how do you really? Sometimes that bad thing, it seems so bad, but really it's just a catalyst to bring a better thing. But how do you know who those Judases are unless something happens to allow that to be revealed?
Right.
So I've learned through the circumstances as they change, where I used to get upset or complain, let sell my joy. Now I'm like, thank you, God, for showing me. Thank you for removing that person. Now I embrace the change and the circumstance, because there's always a purpose in it.
Yeah.
Always.
You recognize it's a test, right? And there's always a test before the testimony, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's our strength, you guys. That's how we gain strength. How do you know what your endurance level is? How do you know? You can't know unless you go through something.
Exactly.
And I'm a firm believer that that's why we do go through things, so that it can make us stronger. I say we're built for this. We're built for this. So, you know, when something happens, try not to get bogged down so much on it. CADORI, I know you've been through some life changes and circumstantial changes. How did you adapt to that?
I've been through many. But one, when you were talking about the homeless, years and years ago, when I was from leaving my first abusive marriage to what ended up being a second abusive marriage, there was a period where I had to go and stay in a shelter when my daughters were very young. They were like 1 and 3, and I ended up staying there like 2 or 3 weeks because I didn't want to reach out to any family and hear what they had to say about whatever. But anyway, you know, I had to rebuild myself a few times in life. I've lost stuff 2 or 3 times, everything I had to rebuild from the ground up. But as I look back, I saw that those were the most critical times in my life when I did the most change. I prayed to God, you know, and He always found a way to open up the doors for me because I never gave up.
Right.
So sometimes people give up, they end up getting on drugs or doing all these other bad behaviors where you can never really get to your true destiny and your true purpose. When you do that, I think you got to grow through it. And it's hard and it's hurt. It's a lot of pain. But you come out better on the other end, and now you have a testimony where you can actually help somebody else.
Love it.
I told God before, I'm so strong I could bench a Buick. I don't need to be any stronger.
I'm good, guys. I'm that next. I'm that. Have y'all heard? If I tell you a gnat can move a truck, I'm that gnat. Okay, the gnat can move a truck, honey. This is her. Okay. So this has been another great episode of Boss Up Houston, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting us. We appreciate all the love and support. I'm going to give it over to everyone to give their social media handles, so you can also follow everyone that's on the panel. We'll start with CADORI and come on down.
Hi, I'm CADORI. Everything is under CADORI brand, CADORI BRAND.
I'm Jay Williams. You can find me at Gorgeous Jay, and it's GORJIZZ _JAIE.
I am the Nanny Roxie, and you can reach me at thenannyroxie@gmail.com.
Okay, you can reach me on Facebook at Sabrina Golden or Instagram at Brina Golden.
AmberNeal.com.
All right. That was real.
Or Google. You know.
Google me, honey.
Okay.
You know, I told somebody to Google me, and they was like, really? You get Hollywood? I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, if you want to find out the information, like, I wasn't being funny, but that's a whole nother story. I am Miss Bacon, baby. You can reach me at Chimere Bacon on Facebook, Boss Up Houston on Facebook, Boss Up Houston Network on Instagram, and Miss Bacon Baby _ RHWOH, because I am the CEO and of the Real Housewives of Houston organization here in Houston, Texas. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another great episode. This is Boss Up Houston, you guys, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Wanna be a boss? Let's talk business. Let's talk fashion. Let's talk health, fitness, community, lifestyle, and finance with Boss Up Houston, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.